Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the portfolio. So, yet another red day. It's like every other day. It's green, 90K, red, 80K. Green, 90K, red, 80K. So, we're in a weird time right now. We're in a time where stocks have been stagnant, right? They've been range bound. For example, actually, let's just look at my account real quick. My account has been range bound for a couple months, right? Since May of May 29th till now, we have been range bound. We've been stuck from 80 to 90K. So about a month and a half, the portfolio has been stuck. And that's how most of the stocks have been, right? AMD, for example, my biggest holding has been stuck for since May 26th till now. We've been hitting close to 580 back down to 500, right? So same thing with SoFi, except for SoFi, it's been a long time already. From basically the beginning of this year, we've been stuck. So has been a very great time to kind of accumulate shares and stocks that have been hurt. Celsius is another stock that's been kind of like hurt for the past year to date, has been getting hurt. You see, Alpha's gonna have a little bit of breakout, but before this little breakout, we were having struggles, right? You had a couple months to kind of accumulate as much as you could. Obviously, I was able to put out some money into a bunch of these stocks that I thought were good. Same thing with Meta. You had a decent time to accumulate. Like, look at this. This whole year, it's only up 1%. You could still buy Meta for a decent price right now if you believe Meta in the next 5 years is going to be a $1,500 stock. It's still decently priced. Shopify, another one that's been stuck in the mud, down 23%. So this has been a great opportunity to slowly accumulate shares in companies that you believe will do very well into the long term, right? This is just a great time to slowly build out your positions. I was able to buy a decent amount of stock, right, from the beginning of this year. Let's say I didn't everything other than AMD, because obviously AMD was my main holding all of last year. Everything else, all the new stuff that I've had other than AMD, is stuff that I've been buying this year. So all these stocks were, let's actually go to my equity real quick. All this has been what I've been able to put in for this year, which is a lot, 70,000 in AMD, and the rest is all that I've been putting in. So if the market continues to be like this, don't be surprised that whenever these stocks do end up going up, if you were able to choose good stocks, I believe, like, let's say even if I pick these 10 stocks that I have here and I'm right, 8 of them are right. That's good, because you know what, you can't pick all winners, right? Maybe I'll have one or two losers that stay the same or go down more, but let's say 8 of them are right. All these will go up crazy, right? So, but the longer they stay stagnant, I think the crazier the move up is going to be. So if you see SoFi maybe until the end of the year stay in this 15 to $18 range, I think the move for whenever the move does happen next year will be way more explosive, like what happened with Palantir. I think Palantir was a stock that you could have been buying in a long time ago, 5 years ago. Right here, it was range bound for so long, and look what happened. If you were able to buy right here in 2022, you were able to buy in the $12 range, and it was at 12 to $20 for a year and a half, right? 2 years. You were able to buy thousands and thousands of shares, and whenever that move did happen, whenever Palantir broke out that $20 range, it went from $20 all the way up to 200, a 10x, right? So you could have been able to accumulate shares for 2 years. So think about it like that. If you believe your companies will do great over the next 5-10 years, you want these stocks to actually stay as cheap as possible while their earnings continue to grow, because the more their earnings continue to grow and the longer the stock stays in the same price, if you, like, for example, SoFi, if it keeps increasing earnings, keeps becoming profitable quarter in quarter, it's going to have one of those breakouts where the longer it continues to beat expectations every quarter, we're going to see SoFi. Like, SoFi could have the potential to have not like a crazy Palantir move. Maybe it just depends on how long it stagnates for. But then the earnings, it has depends how good the earnings. Because if the earnings continue to grow, eventually the stock price will follow, guys. It's just That's how it works. So SoFi could be stuck like this for the end of next year, right? If so, imagine if SoFi was stuck like this until end of 2027. But you see, EPS triple, right, or quadruple from now until then. You see, well, let's actually look at the EPS. Let's say it's 11 cents right now, and let's say it triples to 50 cents or a dollar or some crap by the end of next year. That would be crazy. The PEs would be so low, the growth would be so much that eventually SoFi will probably explode into the $60 range, $70 range, right? But imagine you only have $1,000 in SoFi. Instead of having 2 years where you could have put 20, 30, $40,000 in, and then SoFi eventually becomes a $40, $50 stock by the end of next year. That's what you want. You want stocks to continue to grow their earnings while still being having a cheap stock price. That would be the best time to buy as much shares possible for as long as possible, because whenever SoFi moves, if you only have a, like I said, if you only have a couple $100 into SoFi, you may be able to turn a couple $100 into maybe 5,000. But if you have $50 to $100,000 into SoFi, you might be able to turn that into $500,000 to $700,000. See, it makes a big difference in that.